Deep beneath the shimmering waves of the Sapphire Sea lay the kingdom of Coraluna, a breathtaking realm built from spiraling coral towers and pearl-studded bridges. Its markets glowed with bioluminescent plants, and schools of fish swirled like living ribbons through bustling streets. At its heart stood the Palace of Luminous Reefs, home to Queen Althea and her daughter, Princess Nerina. Nerina was unlike any princess before her. Gentle, quiet, and thoughtful, her scales shimmered like soft rose gold. But despite her kindness, she was filled with self-doubt. She preferred studying sea herbs to attending grand royal ceremonies. Believing her quiet nature wasn't enough to lead a kingdom, but tradition was strict. To rule, she had to earn the coral crown, a mystical crown that bloomed only for a ruler with a true heart. And to do that, she had to face the trine of Tide's three ancient challenges, testing courage, wisdom, and heart. As her 21st birthday arrived, the day of the trine, Nerina had never felt more unprepared. The morning light filtered through shimmering kelp curtains. "My sweet Nerina," Queen Althea whispered, entering her room. "Today is your day." Nerina swallowed hard. "Mother, what if the coral crown doesn't choose me? What if I fail?" Althea smiled softly. "The coral crown chooses not perfection, but truth, and your heart has always been true." "But I'm not brave," Nerina argued. "Or strong like you. Coraluna needs you," the queen replied gently. "Your softness is strength. Your empathy is power." Nerina wanted to believe her, but fear coiled inside her like a tightening ribbon. By midday, thousands of merfolk gathered in the Grand Reef Arena. As Nerina swam forward, whispers rippled through the crowd. "She's too gentle. Can she really lead us?" She tried to ignore their words, but they echoed in her chest. Queen Althea rose. "Today, my daughter will face the trine of tides. Let the ocean reveal her destiny." A deep tremor rumbled through the arena. The coral floor cracked open, revealing a swirling tunnel of dark water spiraling down into the abyssal trench. "Princess Nerina must retrieve the heartstone shell from the depths," the royal advisor announced. The trench was feared across the ocean, said to house shadows and unseen creatures. Darkness was Nerina's greatest fear. But whispering, "This is for my kingdom," she entered the tunnel. The water grew colder, darker. Strange shapes moved just beyond her sight. Whispers floated through the water, "Nerina, Nerina." She spun around. Nothing, just her nerves. But then, shadows gathered, forming a large creature with glowing red eyes. A night-fin eel lunged. Nerina screamed and dodged. The eel snapped at her tail, narrowly missing it. Panic surged, but then she saw it. A sharp fishing hook tangled around the eel's fin. It wasn't attacking, it was in pain. Her instincts shifted. Instead of fleeing, she swam toward the creature. "It's okay," she whispered. "Let me help." The eel thrashed, but Nerina held out her hands gently. Her calming aura, something she had always been teased for, spread around her like warmth. Slowly, the eel allowed her close. With a swift pull, she removed the hook. The eel recoiled, then bowed its head in gratitude before slithering away. Narina continued into the deepest cavern, where she found the heartstone shell glowing with a soft golden light. When she returned to the arena, the stadium erupted in applause. She had shown compassion where most would choose fear. The arena transformed again. A massive labyrinth of glittering coral walls rose around Narina. Your second trial is to find the Pearl of Truth, the advisor announced. But beware, the labyrinth shifts and deceives. Narina entered, but soon the walls rearranged and illusions clouded her vision. She saw her mother calling her from a distant corridor, but something felt wrong. Her mother's necklace was missing. "It's not really her," Narina whispered, swimming in the opposite direction. The illusion dissolved. Further in, she saw a vision of herself wearing the coral crown, smiling confidently. It was everything she wanted, but she recognized the trap. "Wisdom is seeing truth, not fantasy," she said, and the mirage shattered. Finally, she reached a chamber filled with hundreds of glowing pearls. Only one was real. Narina closed her eyes, trying to feel their energy. One pulsed softly, like a steady heartbeat. She grasped its pearl of truth. The labyrinth dissolved, and the audience cheered. 2 challenges passed. One remained. The arena grew still. The final challenge will reveal the truest measure of leadership. The advisor's voice softened. Princess Narina must face the mirror of tides, which reflects not who she is, but who she fears becoming. A massive mirror of swirling silver water rose from the ocean floor. Narina approached and saw her reflection change. The Narina in the mirror grew tall, cold, her eyes hard. She wore the coral crown, but looked nothing like a Queen Narina admired. "This is who you could become," the mirror whispered. "A ruler afraid of being weak. A queen who shuts her heart to others." "No," Narina cried. "I would never, wouldn't you?" the mirror challenged. "You long to be respected." "To silence doubt. But at what cost? Take my place. Rule with authority, not heart." For a moment, Narina felt the temptation, but then she remembered the night-fin eel, her mother's words, "Your softness is strength." Narina stepped back. "No, I will never trade kindness for power." The mirror rippled violently and shattered. The arena glowed with radiant light. Above a blossoming coral pedestal, the coral crown floated, waiting. Queen Althea approached, pride warm in her voice. "You have shown courage, wisdom, and heart. You have shown what makes a true leader." The coral crown drifted gently into Narina's hands, glowing brightly as it recognized her. The kingdom erupted in celebration. But the story wasn't over. As the kingdom rejoiced, a sudden tremor shook the water. From the deep rose Morga, a powerful sea sorceress, long banished from Coraluna. Her eyes burned with rage. "You crowned a child," she hissed. Queen Althea raised her staff. "Morga, leave this place." "Not without the coral crown," Morga snarled, unleashing a bolt of darkness toward the queen. Without thinking, Narina darted forward and raised the coral crown. It glowed with blinding light, forming a barrier that absorbed the attack. Morga recoiled. Impossible. Narina's hands trembled, but her voice was steady. This crown protects those who protect others. She stepped forward. I don't want to fight you, but I will defend my kingdom. Morga sent another blast. Narina countered with a burst of radiant coral light. You don't need to destroy to be powerful, Narina's voice rang out. You can still choose a better path. For a moment, Morga faltered. Your kindness is your weakness, she spat. No, Narina replied softly. It's my strength. With a final surge of luminous energy, the coral crown released a wave of healing light that wrapped around Morga. The darkness dissolved, revealing a tired, broken woman. She sank to her knees, defeated not by force, but by compassion. The days that followed were filled with joy. Narina was crowned officially, her coral crown blooming as part of her spirit. Under her rule, the kingdom flourished. She created sanctuaries for injured sea creatures and invited even Morga to help heal the deeper magic of the sea. Where past rulers led with authority, Narina led with heart, and it changed everything. The ocean grew brighter, the reefs healthier, the kingdom closer. The gentle queen had proven that leadership wasn't about being the loudest or boldest. It was about being true, brave, compassionate. It was about being herself. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories.